Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dreams of owning a home or investing in one. So I've been looking at a lot of other videos and I came across this company called IFlip Chicago. Apparently what they do is they teach people how to flip property, and then if the student wishes to and has enough cash, or a certain amount of cash, maybe I should say that, then they will choose to partner with that student and invest together. So it sounds pretty similar to my program, only I'm not doing flipping. I'm only doing mortgage notes. That's basically what I'm teaching people. But there are some more differences, so hold on. So several of the students have actually come forward and said that it's a scam. Okay, one of the students, surprisingly enough, is a doctor. And I believe she gave them something like either $100,000 or $200,000 and didn't get it back. Now, here's the real twist. That doctor is actually related to one of the people who owns that particular firm. They're cousins. And her response was, well, if you can't trust family, who can you trust? And so now, unfortunately, she has to sue her own family. So listen, guys, I wrote a book called The Perils of Real Estate Scam Alert, and in it, I was ripped off by my cousin also. So here's the thing, there's a quote going around Facebook that rings true to me and to many of us. And that is, sometimes we expect ourselves out of other people. You see, just because you value your family and you honor your family, that doesn't mean that everybody in your family will honor you. They all don't have the same moral standing, if you will, or the same thought process. They will treat you just as terribly as they treat a stranger. And sometimes your family will treat you worse. Okay? I also wanted to point out the fact that she is a doctor, because see, there are so many other people who, when you get ripped off, they always want to say, oh, you're stupid. Well, listen, in order to be a doctor, you cannot be stupid. You have to take a certain amount of courses. You have to get your degrees. You have to actually put in experience, okay, before you actually get that particular title as doctor. So she was duped. All right. So we need to stop putting it down that, oh, this person is stupid. No, you can have a degree. You can have a perfect title, if you will. Not perfect, but you know what I mean. A high title, something that is highly regarded, and still get duped. Why? Because the person who is scamming you, they're counting on you to hold tight to whatever value that it is that you have. That's what they use in order to undermine you. You understand what I'm saying? They're very cunning, and sometimes they're very charming as well, or they can be, especially in the beginning. So that's why you have to really be very careful. You can't, unfortunately, you can't trust anybody. A lot of people also say, oh, if you don't trust anybody, that means you have low self-esteem. No, that's not true. In this world today, you cannot trust everybody just off the bat, just because of their title, just because of their relationship to you, whether by blood or even by water, how many years you know that person. People will change up on you without you even knowing, without you even suspecting. It happens. It happens. That's why you have to be more diligent or do more diligence on the back end. Sometimes you have to put those other, your personal values aside and really look at the numbers and read the contract. And speaking of which, one of the things in the contract said that if they do business with them, they would take 30% of the profit. Well, most of the times, I would say that that might be a tad bit high. That would have been like a red flag for me, honestly, because a lot of times when you do flips, they're risky. And when a person does a flip the first time and the second time, a lot of times they lose money. A lot of times they don't make that money until the third flip. So that's why I say that would have been a red flag for me. All right. The other red flag was that they were buying or showing these people residential houses. Now, let me explain what residential is. Residential is anything that is 1 to 4 family. So when you're buying a residential house, you get a residential loan. But they were pushing these people to get a commercial mortgage. A commercial mortgage is more for properties that are 5 units and up, not 1 to 4 family. So that was the other red flag that I'm shocked that no one caught this, because see, some of the other people that they duped were realtors. Now, if anybody should have known anything, I can kind of sympathize a little bit with the doctor, because the health profession is not the same as real estate. It's apples and oranges. The language is different, right? So I kind of can understand there. But when I saw that the number of people were realtors that they duped, I was like, whoa, wow. Now, I've never taken the realtor exam, so maybe I shouldn't have been that critical, forgive me, but honestly, that would have been another red flag for me. All right. Then, okay, the other thing was they had in their contract a term called cross-collateralization, where whenever the company was late on one of their other loans that was not connected to the house, that student would have to pay. Now, it was said, because I did look at one, it was a news story, that the lawyer that created those documents said that was common. All right, I've never seen this, and I've come through 15 properties. One of the properties is in Rockford, Illinois, right? I understand that's a different area than Chicago, Illinois, but it's like, wow, here's the other red flag, or here's the other thing too that I want to point out to you guys, so that just in case you go with another company that, because I understand some of you who listen to me, you want to flip also. With this company, they choose the contractors, the realtors, the attorney, and the lender. There are some companies out there that have teaching programs that also do the same thing, right? But here's what I'm going to say to you. You are really better off getting your own lawyer. I don't mind you using their contractors, but you should still check their contractors. Look them up in the Better Business Bureau or somewhere to see, you know, what their track record is like. Okay, and there's other websites, of course, that you can, you know, check as well. You want to also check their licenses, ask them if they're bonded, and look at it. Make sure they're bonded and insured. Don't just choose those people just because it came with the program. They do that because they know that people are busy and they'll make it convenient. But the thing is, especially when it's them choosing your lawyer, that lawyer is not going to have your back. 9 times out of 10, that lawyer is going to be looking out for them. So always get your own lawyer. That was, I believe, one of the biggest mistakes. Because if they had gotten their own lawyer would have looked over the paperwork and they probably would have flagged that cross-collateralization paragraph and argued that and advised you, hey, you probably shouldn't go into the deal with these people. And they would have explained to you the reason why you shouldn't is because not only are you responsible for this loan, but you're responsible for every loan that they have on property that you don't own, on property that your name is not on. And that, my friends, that is not good. That is not good. That is not a good deal at all. So I don't believe that the court has made a ruling on what is going on and what has transpired. However, it is a number of them, and they claim that they are going to go to court. So guys, basically, these are several lessons that I'm teaching you. Let's not just talk about people and the hardship that they go through and bash them and put them down for whatever mistake they made, or even to bash the scammer. Well, no, you can bash the scammer. It's okay. But we got to learn from what happened, because if you don't learn from what happened, then unfortunately you may be doomed to make the same mistakes or to repeat the same mistakes that these several individuals have made. Okay, so guys, that's all I wanted to share. That's my 2 cents on the situation. All right, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and of course share this amongst your friends. Remember, each one reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.